Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Ugly Face Gamer here. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball related video in which today we are actually going to be speculating if a character within Dragon Ball Z is going to be making their way into Dragon Ball Super. Now, obviously, I don't know if it's going to be on the title or as a thumbnail or I don't even know, but you guys know that I will be talking about Oob. Now, why am I going to be talking about Oob in Dragon Ball Super? Because obviously in Dragon Ball Super, he doesn't seem to be such a big deal. The only time he's a big deal is within the end of Dragon Ball Z. Well, within the Dragon Ball Super chapter that just came out, they actually explained why Kid Buu was as strong as he was when he was facing off against Goku and Vegeta within the endings of Dragon Ball Z. Now, it was explained that when Goku actually separated Majin Buu from Super Buu, and then Super Buu obviously turned into Kid Buu, it is explained that Majin Buu managed to keep the appearance of the Grand Supreme Kai, but all of the power that the Grand Supreme Kai had was actually transferred and left over to Kid Buu, which is why Kid Buu was as strong as he was, which honestly leads the question as to how strong is the Grand Supreme Kai like overall, because obviously if all of that power went into Kid Buu and Kid Buu was actually able to almost defeat a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, does that mean that the Grand Supreme Kai is basically on par or even greater than Super Saiyan 3 Goku? Like, that's kind of food for thought right there. But obviously at the end of Dragon Ball Z, spoilers, spoiler warning if you guys haven't watched Dragon Ball Z for some reason, Goku does manage to defeat Kid Buu with the Spirit Bomb, and with that, obviously Kid Buu disintegrated and everything happened and everything ended with Kid Buu dying, obviously. And within Super, they're saying that they can't really get that power back because obviously Goku actually defeated Kid Buu, and obviously without Kid Buu there, they can't necessarily get the power back for the Grand Supreme Kai to actually trap a Moro in his place, because it was even stated that the Grand Supreme Kai, the reason why he's really, really weak as of right now is because of the fact that he doesn't have that power within him that he had when he was actually absorbed by, Super Buu. So that kind of begs the question, where else can they actually get that power? Well, if we remember back in Dragon Ball Z, they actually said that Oob was the reincarnation of Kid Buu, and obviously we did get to see that Oob was really, really strong when he was facing off against Goku. So maybe there is going to be a chance in which they actually get Oob inside within this arc to actually give the Grand Supreme Kai that edge that he needs to give him back the power that was once lost within him, which is going to be really crazy if that's the fact, because the only one that is actually able to give the Grand Supreme Kai their power back is going to be Oob, because Oob is like the literal reincarnation of Kid Buu. And I know a lot of you guys might be saying, like, why even bring Oob? Oob is not within a Dragon Ball Super at all. Well, he actually is. I believe like in one panel, Goku actually looked down and you actually do get to see Oob carrying a little baby. I don't know if Oob is the one that's carrying the baby or if Oob is the baby themselves. I just remember that was one of the panels, and obviously the other panel stating that, I believe it was before the Tournament of Power actually happened, Goku was stating that there's an Earthling who had a really, really high battle power, which he was referring to Oob, but obviously they couldn't bring Oob within the Tournament of Power because obviously he was still inexperienced and he was a young toddler when they were actually talking about him. But I'm pretty sure much time has passed since then to make Oob into like almost a teen, so he could actually be able to be part of this arc, and that would be really, really insane if they actually bring someone like Oob into this arc this quick, because then that means that they're kind of wrapping up in terms of where the Dragon Ball Z ending kind of went. But at the same time, this might mean that they're going to totally retcon the Dragon Ball Z ending in which Goku and Oob meet within the actual martial arts tournament, and maybe they're going to meet sooner, so basically that ending in Dragon Ball Z is going to be considered quote-unquote non-canon. But that's just really crazy how obviously they actually explain how Kid Buu is that strong, because when they introduced Kid Buu and how strong he really was, I thought he was that strong because he was like the first version of Majin Buu, and we all know that kind of like that first form within a villain like Majin Buu is technically like their strongest form. And I always thought that when he was absorbing the Kais, he actually was getting weaker and weaker when he was absorbing the Kais. But no, when he actually absorbed the Grand Supreme Kai and then he was separated, that's when he actually got his most powerful, which that leads to another question: how strong was the original Kid Buu before he actually absorbed the Grand Supreme Kai? Because if absorbing him and then them getting separated led to him being that strong, how strong is the initial Kid Buu. Like, there's just so many questions like revolving around this one little bubble of text that they actually introduced in this chapter, that it's just blowing my mind with so many theories. And obviously we got so much more within this chapter, which is crazy. Which another thing was them asking Goku and Vegeta that at their max power can they defeat Moro, and Goku and Vegeta even admittedly saying that at strength, like, they are way above Moro, which is crazy because I thought Moro was like the strongest being right now. But if Goku and Vegeta can confidently say that they are able to defeat someone like Moro at their strongest power, which obviously the strongest power that they have is either Super Saiyan Blue evolution from Vegeta or Ultra Instinct from Goku, then that's really crazy how them in raw strength can actually defeat Moro. And then one last thing that I do want to note is this whole thing that a lot of people are getting upset, which is Vegeta actually mentioning that they can't go into space to chase Moro because they can't breathe in the actual vacuum of space. A lot of people are like, oh, if Vegeta's saying that, then why was Goku able to defeat, or not to defeat, but to actually face off against Beerus in space? And a lot of people need to realize that the vacuum of space is totally different from the Earth's atmosphere. Like, the Earth's atmosphere, there is still a little bit of oxygen for obviously people to actually breathe in. So obviously that is why Beerus and Goku actually managed to fight outside of Earth, because they were out of Earth, but they were still in Earth's atmosphere. So Goku is still able to breathe. Now, where Moro was within planet Namek, he was completely away from Namek's atmosphere. Like, at that point, there is zero oxygen for them to actually breathe. Now, I might be completely wrong about this fact, but I just want to bring it into your guys' attention that there's a difference between Earth's atmosphere and Namek's, space vacuum. Like, it's completely different. One has oxygen, one doesn't. But at the end of the day, that's kind of like a little nitpick that I want to put in there, because I see a lot of people on Instagram just memeing this out, and a lot of people don't necessarily realize what's the difference between the two. But at the end of the day, it's just really, really crazy. I want to hear your guys' opinions about this. Do you think they're going to actually introduce Oob to actually give the Grand Supreme Kai their power back, or do you think that they're actually going to leave Oob for later on and they're going to have to find a different means to actually defeating someone like Moro? And with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's a really, really short video because obviously I don't want to drag this thing on for too long. If you guys do enjoy this type of content in which I grab a piece of the manga and I get to explain it, as well as have my own thoughts and opinions and theories about the actual manga panel, and you guys want to see more of it, make sure to leave a like as well as subscribe for future content. If you have any suggestions as to what exactly I should talk about, leave it in the comment section below. And with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.